I have a headache, so I'll be back in a bit. I gotta put some painkillers in me. It's just gonna be some aspirin. No, not aspirin. I think you call it Tylenol, paracetamol. I think you call that Tylenol. I know I got a little baby headache. So yeah, I'm gonna go take care of that then. Everyone can kind of come in. All right. Where were we? So just gonna wiggle my little butt. So where were we? What even happened? It feels like it's been forever since since we've been here. Like to you, it may have been a week, and to me, it may have been a week. Maybe it's been longer. I don't know if you're watching the VODs or not. There's nothing going on. It's going on the VOD, but not the recordings. But it feels like forever has happened. Probably because I finished up Wani Kiss in the meantime, and Wani Kiss turned out to be pretty good. That turned out to be like a real worth it experience, shall we say? I don't think it's necessarily the like it. No, no. Oh no. Oh no. Someone made a splort. They got splorted. Do you know what it splorts like? Splorting. Okay, so no one's gonna show for the stream today, I guess. I guess I screwed up. I guess I squandered and wasted my last chance of victory. Do you know what it feels like loving someone that's in a rush? No one's gonna show up for my stream. You know, I'm still quietly laughing my ass off about something. I forgot what it was, but someone showed me like a thing, and it's like, okay, this is an AI company, and they have their coding done by some Indians. So yeah, going in a bit. It's warm. It's so warm in my room right now. You have no idea. It's warm. It's a hot day. What's the temp like? Should I open my windows? In a bit, maybe. In a bit, maybe. Oh, it's gonna be warm for a couple of days. They're adjusting their speculation on Saturday, Sunday a bunch, because I remember that they were like, it's gonna be. What even is that in English? I don't even know what it's like in American units. Let's see, 28, 80 Fahrenheit-ish. Let's say around that ballpark. Like it's gonna be like that. Problem is, my room retains heat and humidity like crazy, so I'm basically getting broiled in my own home. In mijn eigen toko. Which is scientifically defined as, this sucks. It makes my head hurt. So, well, we have a viewer. Someone showed up. I found this guy who streams a bunch of Wani and all that stuff, and one thing that blew my socks off is this guy does like AI roguelite, and I'm laughing. I'm laughing so hard. I love how AI is just it's so heavy on the glaze. It does not do small sentences or like snappy fragments. Everything is made big and absurd. And I know why. It's because the way the models are trained is they want you to keep reading and writing big, flowery sentences that make you cream yourself is how you get people to show up. Do I even want to do this? It's now really the time. I'm gonna go into this with a headache, and then I'll be like, oh, I've got a headache. That's all I can think about is how much my head goes. Ow, wow, wow. Oh shit, the UV radar is up. I might have gotten the... I was outside for a bunch, and that sucked. Oh no. Oh, there's even 90 in some places. It's called the Spanish Plume! Hot air from Spain and North Africa. Quite humid. I heard it also contains like a lot of, what's it called? Sand. Like Saharan sand can blow over. Oh my goodness. They're showing you the instructions for how to avoid this. Be as small as possible, heels together. So that if any lightning does hit you, it goes through your feet. Minimize the damage. You're gonna get zapped, kids. Oh man, we got a 7 on the UV scale. How bad is 7? You're not even telling me how bad 7 is. Just it's 7 out of 10, kids. You fucked. Apparently it's storming inside. I wish it was storming radio right now. That'd be great. Oh shit! It is like 30. Oh, that's how much is that? Let's put that in the calculator. So it's like 30. I think 30 is like 90. No, not that much. 30. 30 is 85.6. But 33 is like 90. 91, 92. Jesus. I heard 28, and it's like, no man, it's straight up 30 in some places. Hot siggity. I mean, to be fair, the summer has been a bit delayed this year, so it's only fair that we get smacked around the cheeks with it. Put your little pappy paws. Okay, we've waited long enough and no one's showing up. We might as well get to it then. I just sit there and I stare at the screen and I'm like, you know, I don't... I'm a little annoyed. Gotta be honest about that. Gotta be very honest about that. I'm annoyed about something very specific. I just gotta get my little head out of my little ass. And like I said, the headache is really making it hard to get started. I just gotta hit the record button. Once the record button is hit, there's no going back now. No going back now. I don't want to commit the final sin. I want to watch this video about a guy yelling about how cardboard has become too expensive for his little game. Anyway, burp. I typed in a number. Let me enter it. Thank you. Alright. Well, I wanted to do chapter 3, so let's go. Let's just go. Let's find a nice soundtrack and go for it. What are we dealing with again? We're dealing with it's just school time. Fuck it, we'll play Inko's theme. Okay, Inko. You grabbed the wrong bag, and now you have at least a bong and maybe a whole bunch of other drug stuff since you don't know what those bags are. And whoever had this backpack now has yours with your camera in it. Don't panic. Zip the bag back up and immediately start a power... Of course, he fucking power walks back to math class. I was definitely panicking. Much to my dismay, the class was empty. No surprises there. Not like anyone had a reason to stay. Okay. So the only people who could have been with Trish or Reed. They're friends, so they're probably gonna eat together, so, back to the cafeteria, I guess. As quickly as I could without running into anything or anyone. Yeah, why do you start this with an interruption if it doesn't end with one? Why, just put an ellipses here or something. I definitely don't want to be found hauling whatever all this was I had in my bag. Remember Inko act natural? Just like in the movies. No one ever got caught in the spy thriller before. I picked up my pace a bit. I managed to enter the cafeteria without running into anyone, and my eyes started scanning the room for a tall, pink raptor. Knowing I was going to spot Trish with her shorter stature. After a moment, I managed to spot him. He's already in line. Oh, thank Raptor Cheese. Why are you doubling down on this? I bribed out a sigh of relief and then, oh, thank... This is the sigh of relief. You don't need both. Stop it. Why do so many writers double up? They got themselves the double entendres. Anyway, we're outside. I need to clear out a little bit of space because my things aren't sorted properly. I need this to go over here. This goes over here. Yeah. Hand came down on my shoulder and reflexively took. I have nothing! I yelled. Says the richest kid in school. Several heads nearby turned to look at the source of the sound, and my scalp was growing hotter in response. I turned to look. Are you actually fucking shitting me? You're using the exact same four actually, the exact same 4 words. Like you're allowed to. Like, just figure it out, okay? I turned to look at who the hell was connected to, only to find Nasser. What do you mean, only to find Nasser? This happened. Well, man, sorry. You start first easily, don't you? Nasser said with an apologetic look on his face, but a slight smirk on his beak. How is he looking apologetically if he's fucking smirking like that? Nasser, man, you really need to stop sneaking up on people. Hey, Inko, are you okay? You're looking pretty rough. Yes, because you just gave the man a heart attack. What a weird question to ask. I felt pretty rough. No, you feel pretty rough. It's not been resolved. Like I was going to burst into flames from stress alone. Nasser was a good dude, but I didn't want to tangle him up in the backpack situation. What do you mean backpack situation? It is a backpack situation. Why isn't this just quotation marks? If I could avoid it. Nasser, sweetie, what you... Oh, hello, Inko. How the fuck did she not notice you earlier? You're not being sly, Naomi. Everyone knows there's like, well, there's only like one young human kid around here. Everyone knows. Everyone knows. The nose knows. Why now? What are you talking about? Why now? You're not... Like, you don't like Naomi, but you're still cordial about it. What do you mean, why now? Shouldn't Naomi be able to help you find this person since they arrived? Shouldn't Nasser be able to know where the fucking... the friends of his friends are, to some extent? Just seems like something he'd be slightly familiar with. Hey, Naomi, I'm doing fine. How are you? I managed my eyes flitting back towards where Reed was in the line. You didn't really seem to be going anywhere. That's, good. Are you feeling alright, Inko? You're looking out of sorts. Maybe we should help him find the nurse of us. No, it's fine. Just, mix up with my backpack. I don't want anything to happen to my camera, you know? Nasser and Naomi grimaced. Oh, that sucks, man. Who grabbed yours? Well, yeah, and I see him too, so I'll get this sorted out and then I'll meet you at the table. Does that work? Nasser and Naomi hesitated for a moment before they both nodded and went. I went to re-enter the lunch line. Why do you say they both? Like, you already specified it's both of them. Like, who else would this be? What do you mean they? What is this weird phrasing? Finding myself now free. What a weird way to phrase. So much odd phrasing in this. I weaved my way around the bodies in the lunchroom before finally Jesus, can you stop managing stuff? To close in on Reed. In retrospect, it made sense he was standing around talking to Trish just out of the lunch line. Reed! I said perhaps a little too loudly. turned his head around to look at me. Of course, everyone is fucking looking at everyone today, along with a few others in line. You've been noticed by everyone here for like twice. Inko, calm down. You're not that extroverted. Once recognition set in, his face was adorned with his normal... Adorned. Jesus, just fucking make out already if you're gonna say he's adorned with something. What up, my guy? I think we swapped backpacks? I shift the weight of it on my shoulders so the glass clinking could be heard. His eyes widened slightly. Oh, right on. That explained why my bag was lighter. Stash it in my locker for lunch. We can get it afterwards. Sound good, dude? I don't feel comfortable holding on to your bag during lunch, Reed. You're not interjecting anything. He literally asked you a fucking question. What are you interjecting? Why? It got, stuff in it. I had no idea who knew anything about what Reed kept in his backpack. He seemed like a cool guy. His apparent drug interest... Oh, I love that you're judging him for it. I don't want to narc on the guy if no one was getting hurt. Most especially not here, most definitely not to his friend if she didn't already know. Trisha rolled her eyes and responded, Dalmorn, of course it's got stuff in it. Thankfully, Reed clued in quickly and answered for me. Just merch stuff, Trish. Nothing to worry about. I guess Sagers just isn't unenjoyable. He said with a laugh. I mean, he's playing the charms. Trish looked at Reed and back at me before joining in on the laugh herself. What's that it, man? Skinny, you're kinda lame, huh? Let me guess, you only drink water and eat unsalted crackers, too. Couldn't help but frown at the hopefully intended to be playful mockery. Here, bro, let me take that stuff off your hands. You look like you could use some of my stuff being all high-strung like that. Maybe some of the lighter stuff. Why want your head to explode? That can happen? Oh, my response elicited the snort of a laugh from Trish. I just finished her guffawing at me before... What? Jesus, what odd phrasing this is. Why not just... Why are we being this specific? Maybe, dude. I heard some pretty wild tales, Better not risk it. Just let me know if you wanted something for lightweights, and I'll get you sorted out right. He said with his usual relaxed smile. I guess because Inko looks like he has the money to buy shit, he's like, man, I gotta get a customer out of this guy. I'm just gonna show off for this, and this headache keeps up. I'm just gonna scoot a loot. No, thanks. I'll pass, sorry. I answered back. I don't have any interest in his merch, but for some reason turning him down made me feel bad, like I disappointed him. Rubbed the back of my head with a bit of a frown. Why Kenneth, what's with the specificity here? You already described everything. Also, like... It's all good, hombre. Don't gotta do anything you don't want to do. Why would he add the extra do? Why wouldn't he just say, don't gotta do anything you don't wanna? He said with a pat on my shoulder. Thanks, Reed. Grab your food yet, man? I shook my head. No, I was focused on getting my backpack to you. Probably gonna pick up some food and sit with... I don't like how loud this music is. It's kind of getting on my nerves. Maybe it's just Inko. Maybe it's just fucking Inko. I paused, looking at her. She noted the pause. Inko noted? Inko noted? Did Inko note something? Jesus fucking Christ. This is so just looking. We're looking. There's such a lack of dynamicism to these scenes. It's weirdly. It feels very stilted and staged, right? There's this unwillingness for a scene to start flowing, for things to happen, for emotions to go around, for everything just stops and starts and stops and starts, and nothing flows. What? I'm probably gonna sit with Nasser and Naomi. She looked annoyed. Well, everyone is looking at everything and looks like everything else. She looked annoyed at their names being mentioned. Why can't she just say she became annoyed at the mention of their names? It's a bit more flowy, but thankfully didn't comment further. Wouldn't you want to know what's going on, buddy? Looks like... Jesus Christ, my man! Ease up on the looky-loos. Holy! 5 times in 5 sentences. Ease up. Off the gas. Looks like... It always looks like. It isn't. It never is. It always looks like. Looks like both the points had already been made back in math class for now. Fair enough, man. Hey, you can also come here with us if you want it. What? Yeah, bro, it'll be fun. More the merrier, right? We tend to get over in the auditorium away from everyone else. A lot more chill there. Wait, no, we don't need this. Grish began to interject. Now that technically is an interjection because she wasn't asked anything. Although I guess kind of. It's kind of a dialogue. Like, interjection implies you're interrupting something or you're adding something to a sentence dialogue you're not part of. Only for a new member of the party to arrive. Hey, you two... Wait, Inko, what's he doing here? Fang's voice said from behind me. I turn around, only proper to say hello. Hey, Fang, had a bit of a mix-up with Reed, brought in my backpack, and his backpack ended. And now Reed wants him to eat with us. Trish Jesus Christ, stop using the same fucking specific verbs! Oh, we're almost out of interjection time at least. Goddamn! No... Like, again, this is a proper interjection, I guess, so at least you finally did it right. That's probably why he doesn't use it again for a while. Fang looked, of course everyone looks. No one is taken aback. They always look like it, you know, who knows? Inko has no confidence in his interpersonal skills. Fang could be fucking screaming bloody murder and stabbing Naomi to death with a knife and slitting her throat. Like, it looks like Fang's trying to kill Naomi. Looks like it. I don't know if it is. She might be dead. Who knows? Losing my fucking mind. Just commit to your fucking language, my man! Holy shit, you sound so insecure! Fang was taken aback at the idea, their eyes flicking from Trish to Reed. Only offered to Reed, or only offered a lazy smile and a thumbs up. Then, from Reed to me. Do we really have to get a skinny loser like him to join? Why do you guys keep calling me that? I cut it. Aren't you gonna interject? Jesus Christ. Calling you what? Really? That's like the 4th time you guys have called me skinny. I don't know exactly what that's supposed to mean, but I can tell it's supposed to be an insult. I love how he sounds like such a fucking loser. I have a suspicion it might be an insult. Jesus Christ, Inko. Don't get Damien in this. I crossed my eyes behind my chest, you know, the logical place to put them, and could feel my frown intensify. Inko, it's your fucking face! Maybe this is how you guys express your familiarity, but it sounds pretty insulting to me. Do I bother you guys that much? I asked. Fang clearly wasn't expecting to be challenged on this. Looking away, everyone looks with a frown. Frowns abound! I turned to look at Trish behind me. She looks more than a little annoyed at my complaint, but also doesn't look to be saying anything in response. Reed looks legitimately upset. Holy shit, commit to your fucking language! I'm losing my mind. It's like, motherfucker, just say it already! Oh my god, it's so fucking weak. It's non-committal. Grow a spine! Jesus. Oh. You don't even have to use fucking this, right? You can also say, I get the feeling that Reed that Reed is legitimately upset. If you ask me, Trish is annoyed. Come on! Fuck! Also, here's a better way to do this, right? It's a bit of a run-on sentence, but it works. Trish looks more than a little annoyed at my complaint. Well, at least that way you put him in the same sentence and it feels, you know, a little more like you're trying to do something. Because the problem here is you have this, and then you add a sentence fragment, like a half a sentence, and then you go to this. It doesn't rhyme. It doesn't get a chance to fucking rhyme. You have 4 looks in this. Oh, I'm losing my goddamn mind. Jesus. How did I not notice this when I was reading? I guess I don't care. I'm just like, Maybe now's not the time. Maybe now's not the fucking time. I don't get what I did. I don't know what I did to get on you guys' bad side. Sorry for whatever it was I did. Now get out of your hair, I said with a huff. I took a few steps past them to leave. Why are you walking past them? Are you in the lunch line or what? Wouldn't you go? Isn't there an implication that because you were talking to Naomi and Asser and they didn't follow you to read, that they went the other way, and if you were to sit with them, you have to... Hey man, Yes, Reed. They didn't mean anything by it. Just some friendly. Did they leave? Or is Reed just talking behind their fucking back? Just some friendly banter, right? Friendly banter? Like sometimes how friends just call each other names. It's not meant to be like an insult or anything. Reed, you know it's an insult. You know that Trish is a racist piece of shit who is not afraid to take that angle on those words. Losing my goddamn mind here. I looked at him, then Trish, and then at Fang. Trish looked to be trying to ignore the conversation that was happening, while Fang looked more upset than before. I mean, I've never had that many friends, so maybe that's just something I don't get. But I've never insulted anyone like that. And given how the concert ended, I thought you guys wouldn't be so quick. I wouldn't have thought you guys would be so quick to insult people either. I replied. That one looked like it hit dead center. Trish, didn't it? I thought Trish looked like she sucked in air through her teeth, and Fang looked like it started to sink in on themselves. Even Reed looked hurt by like that. No, we know about Trish and Fang, but Reed, fucking enigma, might as well be a mystery. Rubbing the back of his neck and looking at the floor. I mean, this one is a whole different kind of look. This is like speculative look. This is look and look. Gazing, glaring, ogling. It's certainly not how I expected this to go for some reason. And for some reason, this entire wait, I don't know why, but that comma is annoying me. I don't know if it's right or not, but it annoys me. The entire conversation really upset me. I wasn't even sure if I felt like getting anything to eat anymore. I let out a sigh and started to turn back around to go sit with Nasser and why did you walk past them? I guess he was in the lunch line. Started to turn back to go sit with Nasser and Naomi and was stopped in place. This time by a hand around my wrist. What, Reed? What now, Reed? Look! Man, think what? Reed asked a little too sharply. Dude. I don't think Reed would be like that. Reed would just fucking let that slide off like rain. Reed's voice was flat, but it carried a heavy weight to it. Like a large flat slab of steel. It sent a shiver up my spine. To hear that from the guy who seemed like he was the most laid-back person Why don't you say he might as well be the... Or the one... Shut me up immediately. Believe me when I say that I don't mean anything by it. Some banter that just went too far. Like too much familiarity with someone that doesn't know us just right. So how about you chill with us for lunch for today? And we can work this out. I don't like to see my friends fight, The last sentence stuck out to me in particular. I gently shook off his hand with research. I turned back to look at him. Are we friends, Reed? I honestly wasn't sure. We've had two entire. Can I point something out that's starting to really yuck my yum? This motherfucker doesn't fucking switch his sentences up. Look at this. Okay, let's go back. Right here, we start with a verb. We start with a some. We start with a like. The dialogue does this, but outside it's Reed's voice. It, I, that, I, that. Like, if it's not dialogue, this motherfucker is terrified of starting a sentence with anything other than the subject. On top of everything looking like something. I'm starting to get mad. I kind of just want to roll over and go to hell. If I could roll over and just end up in the bottom layer of hell, that'd probably be an improvement from what we're going through right. Okay. I fucking can't. I fucking can't. Why is someone linking to me two pictures of Arthur, like of that Arthur kid? Like, yeah, he's wearing a headset, but it doesn't connect to his fucking ears. You tell me, buddy. You tell me, buddy. Hello there, Arthur. Imoito's kitten boy wife. How you doing? I hope you're doing better than I am. At least my headache's going away, or all the screaming would make me go nuts. It's still too warm here, though. I want to meet more people, but I didn't feel like this was friendship. Friends help friends, right? I blinked. Yes, I answered. And you helped me, bailing me out when I forgot my backpack. So, hey, Makes you a friend in my book, right, dude? I'm pretty sure between right, dude, you put a comma, because it's like right is the declaration and dude is the call at the end. You know, it's like a name. Like, you're not a right dude. It's right, dude. That easy grin of his has returned, and he fired the same double guns I had seen him give me in the hallway before. Oh, look, it's a non-fucking subject starter. Whatever heavy feeling I had in the pit of my stomach dissipated quickly as Reed completely shifted the mood, and I couldn't help but laugh a little. Holy shit, the scene is dynamic. That feels like a stretch a little bit, but I guess you seem like an alright guy. Why do you have to say his name? Did you forget? You just said his name. Like, from a writing perspective, like, let's talk about this. From a meta perspective, right? We just saw Reed's name. Why is it here? You're talking to him. I guess it's for politeness. But in that case, I don't know. You might want to redo this, because from a meta perspective, it's a little weird. Because I keep forgetting to set myself to busy, because I'm a stupid idiot. Right on, man. So trust a friend when I say that this... He gestured. Why do you say he said? Just say that he gestures between the four of us. It's just some compadres getting off on the wrong... I love that Fang and Trish are just standing there. Hold up. There's only one way to properly describe the situation. Hold up. Standing here. This fucking Fang and the other guy, right? Trish are like in the background, and it's like, come on, man. What do we gotta do? And Fang's like, listen, Trish, we got the most important job of them all. And Reed's like, thumbs up, do it right now. Just fucking nothing to add. It's just right over there. God damn it, I fucking love that song. Standing breeds standing, my man. If you want to stand, you gotta stando. Dino, stando. Like, my wife turned into a stand. Anna, you fool. All she does is screech now. I looked at him for a moment, and then back to what Naomi and Nasa usually said. You took in what? Why did you say I took a big breath and then released it? Why are you being this weird about your phrasing? If you say so, Reed. Let me just go tell Naomi and Asa that I'll be eating with you guys, and you three can go get your food, I guess. Why are you like this? It's the fucking cafeteria. What else are they doing here? Meet you in the auditorium. Reed's smile grew wider. Yeah, man, we'll see you there. Probably want to hurry, though. We'll be yapping through a good part of lunch now, he said before I broke away. Felt a bit better than before, at least. Reed seemed to be legitimately a cool guy, and I wouldn't mind being friends with him. That's so mean. I wouldn't mind if I was friends with him. I mean, if I had to. As long as you don't have any more backpack shakeups, anyway. It was the other two where the obvious friction lay. What was that deal? Sure, I accidentally used the wrong pronoun. Okay, listen, Inko. Not to accuse you of any thought crimes, but you used the wrong pronoun for Fang in your head like so fucking much. Like, that was just a cherry on the cake. But I apologize, and I thought we were cool after that. Then they show up insulting me. And Trish seemed kind of cool at first. But then the second I mentioned Asa and Naomi, she flipped out at me. I mean, yeah, I could have handled that conversation better, I guess. But I wasn't about to sit by while my friends were being insulted. I'd like to point out that not only is it warm here, so, like, not only is it warm here, but they're, like, saying it might rain on Sunday and get cooler. Let me tell you something. Every single fucking time the Dutch weather forecast says, oh, don't worry, it's gonna rain in 2 days. It never fucking rains in 2 days. The rain always comes later than you want it to. Right? If they update, if it was like, no, it's going to be sunny, and then they go, it's going to rain. No, it's going to be sunny. If they predict rain after they already predicted sun, fuck off. The rain is gone. It's not coming back. They're just selling you lies at that point. I don't know why the fuck they keep doing it. It's like, at this point, you should know that it never works out that way. Rain never comes early here. If they're predicting a week of everyone is going to die from the heat, everyone is dying of the heat. They can say, oh man, it's going to rain in 2 hours, and it'll just be clear skies. So clear you could land a spaceship. Just seem cool. Okay. I mean, I could have handled that conversation better, I guess. Jesus Christ. But I was okay. Then again, given how mad she was the day after the concert, and Fang too, and it was Nas's fault, was it just residual feelings of what happened? I groaned as I reached the table where my friends were sitting. I hope that's all it was, and Reed would talk to them about it. However, this lunch period was going to shake out. I didn't want to have things start blowing up in my face more. I want to point out, I love this because if we are going by raw Snoot Game, Reed isn't going to do any of this. He's going to mention it to Trish and then nothing happens. Because the entire fucking point of Snoot Game is that Reed does not pick sides. I mean, he picks Trish's side, but that's because that's the passive side, you know? Anyway, I'm thinking about standing here. I love. Oh man, I'm standing here. Are you standing here? Maybe you should. Maybe you should consider standing here. When the bus is full, why don't you sit? Standing machine, son. Just standing there, menacingly. Meanwhile, in an opposite universe, realizing I realized. Standing, breathe standing as someone who's waited in a line queue before I can confirm this is true. Oh, shit. Oh shit, it's the spiffing Brit. You fuck it. For realsies, this. It's also always weird, right, when you see a famous YouTuber commenting on shit like this. The man has like 4 million oglers, right? He has 4 million perverts watching him do stuff. Not me. I don't want to subscribe to the guy. When his videos roll by, I might give him a little look-see, but I don't think his stuff is actually all that interesting if you watch it continuously. Kind of a downside. This just in, it's warm enough to trigger lava land music. It won't rain. What? What does playing Leave a Lava Land? Mario Wiki, please bail me the fuck out here. Music tracks. Oh, it is just Leave a Lava. Oh yeah, I remember the song. That's a really good one though. Hold up, we're gonna pull up the OST. You better not give me fucking Silver Gunner. Listen, I'm okay with the Silver Gunner rip, but I need the official soundtrack here. I'm so sweaty. Mom's spaghetti. I'm melting. Melting here, I melt my ice cream. I love the little drums. I'm not a nostalgic person, but I do like this song. Damn. They really use the same one for both. I never noticed. I think that just shows how it's a good soundtrack, you know. If a little baby idiot me is like, I don't know, I'm too dumb. I'm a big bingus. Big old bingus. Big old bingus. Where were we? Okay. I hope that's all there was, and we would talk to him about it. Again, I pointed out that should be the opposite. The opposite. Reed should not resolve this. What's up? What's up, man? You got the backpack situation sorted? Sort of. It turns out I belonged to Reed. Naomi's normal smile faded for a brief moment. Oh, didn't it look like it faded? How are you so sure, Inko? You're such a fucking pansy. For a brief moment at the mention of his name. Did he have any unquestionable items in his pack, Inko? Naomi asked in a surprisingly pointed way. Considering how she is, that it would be surprising. I wasn't about to throw Reed under the bus after he helped me defuse that whole situation a moment ago. Fucking Inko is not gonna narc, apparently. That's weird. Not when he'd been cool about everything. I'd sooner say Inko wouldn't say because he doesn't know if it's actual drug paraphernalia or not. He's like, I don't know. I don't want to get involved. I don't think so, no. I answered in a hopefully convincing way. But you don't have your backpack? Backpack? Oh god, that's such an awkward... Your backpack? Noting my lack of cargo. It's a fucking backpack, Inko. He said he put it in his locker for safekeeping. And he'd get it from me after lunch. Speaking of which... I paused, rubbing the back of my head again. There's, you know how when you make a copper statue, they get like that glowing shiny spot because everyone rubbing their hands over it. The back of Inko's head is just like polished to a mirror sheen. I hoped they wouldn't be annoyed that I was ditching them for lunch today. Reed invited me to sit with him in the auditorium. I figured it would be rude to turn him down. Well, I'm gonna eat with Fang and them. With Fang and them? Why wouldn't he just say they're gonna eat with Fang? Why does he care about the and them part? Shouldn't Nasser not notice this at all? Like his brain just farts the rest out? Interested in how that involved his sibling. Apparently, yeah. Naomi's neutral face lit up into a bright smile. Oh, how lovely! It's always so good to see you making more friends, Naomi squealed. Oh no, she's gonna give us a fucking PSA. She wasn't wrong exactly, but I couldn't help but feel uneasy with how Trish and Fang had been behaving. What are you gonna be talking about? Tell me everything! Well, we just talked about some stuff. I think we kind of got off on the wrong foot. They kept calling me slurs. They kept saying that I was just a bleached white N-word, and I think she used a hard R. What, like retarded? No, that's the weird part. I thought the hard R was that word, but it's like the other word, the N-word. But it's also the R. I don't listen, Reed, listen, Nasser. I'm a little out of my depth when it comes to slurs, so you're gonna have to pardon me there. Oh, come on, Nasser! You're so... Like, the funny part is that Nasser is dark-skinned enough that... Isn't it kind of weird, right, to think about this? Like, how the fuck would human skin tones work? From a racist perspective? If your fucking mom and dad can be white and black, and you can be white, well, kind of green, I guess, and black, as the fucking morning, as the day and night. It's so weird. There's no mixed skin tones. You are just whatever the fuck mom is. Ah, it's so weird. Inko would give Reed the full drugs and our Badam cake. She called me Baldy and I cried. Oh my god, the and I cried part is just, oh, that's everything I wanted out of life. You know what? This entire stream was worth it for the... She called me Baldy and I cried. Oh no, my little boy. My little man. You're such a loser. Ugh. No, man, I get it. It'd be nice for them to meet someone new too, especially since you're like not poor and you're just a loser at a different. Things not that bad when you get to know them, Nasa said. If there's something Fang needs in these trying times, it's a new friend. I'm sure it'll be great for both of you. Naomi added in. I think you mean she appended. Goddamn. Hold up. I'm fucking pinning this one. I'm pinning this message. It's artisanal. It's an artisanal message that deserves to be artisanally hung up. Like a French cheese. No, wait, I'm thinking of garlic and spices. I would... well, we'll see, I guess. Like I said, we kind of got off on the bad foot. I don't want to be on bad terms with anyone, but I would love it if you tried, and Nasser would appreciate it too. Nasser shot her a side-eyed look before turning to face her. Why couldn't he just have him face her? Oh, calm down, Boo. Boo? Is it really Boo? Like the ghost from Mario? What? Hold on. Oh God. Really? Ghosts? Listen, if I ever get a whatever friend, I'm not calling them Ghost. I'm not calling them a Boo. Listen, I like Boos. I would definitely kiss a Boo. They got a lot of tongue to give, you know. You're getting the full French experience. But I'm not calling someone who's not dead that. That just seems rude to call someone a spooky ghost. Limited spookiness, I guess. Capitalist approved spookiness. Where does it come from? What's this? Ooh, 2009. Oh shit, this term's been around. Where does it come from, though? Like, when you're annoyed, don't you just boo someone? Isn't that what ghosts yell? Why would it be a term of endearment? Ah, my boo. And then the whole crowd, like, hates your song, and they're like, boo! And you're like, ah, they think I'm cute. Boo, I love you in Ghost. Well, I think we learned something today. And this is that I don't get ghosts. Getting your lungs lovingly swabbed by a boo. Listen, I might be drowning on saliva, but I'm dying a satisfied man, and you can't say the same, buddy. High five. And then you hit my hand, and I just immediately turn blue from some suffocation. I die instantly. It's not how suffocation works, but you know. Moving on. Man, I'm sitting in a cloud of heat. Hey, guys, sorry, but if I'm gonna meet with them, I should probably go now while there's still some lunch period left. I butted in so I could butt out. Oh, alright, man. Just remember, Fang's probably still upset for the concert. Give him a chance, alright? I nodded and departed from the couple when Nasa tried to rein in whatever Naomi had been on about. I didn't disagree with her in theory about how everyone could use a new friend, me especially. But I couldn't help but feel she was being a bit pushy about it back there. We'd have to see how this lunch hangout worked, or my science and math classes are going to be really awkward going forward. Dang the attack. That's my booze attack. I'm blue now. Oh, the sad part is the boo can't even give me CPR. They phase right through me. They slap me on the chest with their tongue. I left the cafeteria and headed my way and headed to the auditorium. I remember the way. Can you show me the way? Why are you repeating this shit? You could have avoided this. Like, just remove my way and this works better. From the first day of school, complete with the residual feelings of unpleasantness as I readied opening the doors. Man needs a fucking pep talk to open the doors. I took a breath and pulled the handle. May as well do this. Alright, well, we'll stop the recording there, and I'm going to take a brief moment to talk to some guy who's talking to me. In the meantime, I'm going to put on, God, I kind of want to put on something from, what's his name? It's always a good laugh. Oh no! James disassembled his thing. Oh shit, coincidence. I've been watching that a lot. It's great. These Doom speedrun maps are, oh man. Freaking miss command blocks. Phoenix, Jesus, everyone that's something uploads. Can I get a good track from... Now that's too deep of a cut. Whatever. Let's just put on... here, work with this, okay? Be back in a hot minute. I never fucking mind that then. Alright, well, we need something a bit cheerier because we're going into I kinda want that boop 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 boop. No, not this one. I think it's afternoon before a big night. Yeah, this is perfect for the situation. The auditorium felt pretty different from the last time I saw it. The seats were in their normal row configuration, and obviously it was entirely empty. What about the seats? You mean there was no one there? Or almost entirely? Are you about to start fucking shooting someone? Jesus, why are you so dramatic? You're meeting up with friends, my man. On the stage itself. As opposed to not itself. Was the band, right? The trio is a singular, right? The trio. So it is, was the band trio. All their heads turned to look at me when the door opening caught their attention. I walked down the row and reached the stage. Why are you describing it like it's a fucking endeavor? Come on. Hey bro, come up! Stairs on either side. His voice was as laid back as it usually was. Same as it ever was. Same as it ever was. Same as it ever was. Sure enough, I looked and found a stair on the side. Why are you describing it like it's a fucking endeavor? You're just doing shit, man. Stop rolling dice. So I walked around and got up onto the stage. They had some of the stage lights on, lighting up about half the span of it, primarily the center. That's what spotlights do, yeah. The three were already seated with one extra seat vacant. How nice of them. I walked over to the seat and after a moment's pause... Why did you pause? Pulled it slightly closer to Reed before sitting down. Oh, I see. You're taking stock. I waited for a moment, but no one really spoke. Reed was looking back and forth between me and the other two. So, hey! Hey. Cheers for her part, not an acknowledgement. We didn't say anything. Fang was just looking down at the floor. Reed wasn't really out. What a great start! Off to a great start! Nothing to eat, man? I shook my head. I wasn't really feeling hungry, to be honest. I made him grimace a little. Gotcha, man. Well, if you feel like you want something, I got a few snacks for the emergency munchies. He patted his bag before returning to his tray of food. I nodded. Silence settled over the group. You're killing... Inko, you're ruining the mood! I leaned back into my seat. I wasn't even hungry anymore, just tired. I wasn't sure what this was. Reed was cool, I guess, but the other two? Maybe it'd have been easy if I turned them down. So, the three of us talked, and I think there's something that... Didn't I just say that Reed should not be effective at this? The entire point of Snoot Game is that Reed sucks at getting Trish to do what he wants. Oh my god, really? Reed is successful. This is like core to the conflict of Snoot Game that he doesn't succeed. Guess we're doing something else then. Let's go on. Alright, guys. Reed looked back at the trio, having polished off his... shedding hairs. Fang flinched a little. Trish didn't move at all. The only thing that happened was that her neutral expression had sunk a little. So, sorry about that skinny stuff. Like Reed said, I was supposed to be playing, but I guess I never really thought about how someone might take it. If, you know... Well, yeah, it's you because you've never met a fucking human in school. Otherwise you would have been reported by now. I nodded. Well, that was at least something. She was staring off into the middle distance when she said it, but it was an apology after a fashion. Oh. Sorry, people who were watching this, but I just mentioned. Reed is effective. He succeeded at his job, and everything is quiet and awkward in a way that just makes this whole situation feel terrible. But don't worry, he doesn't go anywhere. I like that part a lot. Like, Reed technically fails. In a way that's interesting. So let's move on. That was something. She was staring off into the middle distance as she said it. It wasn't an apology after a fashion. I turned my attention to Fag, who was picking at feathers at picking at the feathers at their elbow? You mean on their elbow? After a moment of quiet, Reed cleared his throat and Fang yanked a feather they were fiddling with clean out of their arm. Oh, that had to hurt. Trish promised not to say skinny anymore. To make sure, she will suffer 1d6 psychic damage every time she does. Now, thanks to my special buddy in the sky, Zilithu. Well, you know, Zilithu's got the shit locked down. So, thumbs up, Zilithu. I'm sorry, Fang muttered, their arms crossing more tightly around their chest. Look, I just... it's becoming more painful than the insult. I pinched the bridge of my nose. Just forget it. I'm not trying to make everyone miserable. Let's just pretend it never happened and It did happen, though. I stopped and moved my hand from my face. Fang was looking directly at me. You were right. You said the whole thing about the concert. And then we turn around and insult you, who we barely know. It just makes us as bad as assholes who ruined the show. I would like to point out that you didn't insult him. You called him a slur. A racial slur. You didn't call him an asshole or a bastard or a generic thing. You called him out on being a human. As the only human in school. Like, as the only non-binary person around who gets annoyed at being called a fag. Shouldn't you have some more sympathy than that? It's really weird. But I guess that's the point. She looked really hurt. Oh my... Didn't you just call out the whole like, oh no, I'm misgendering Fang. I'm using the wrong pronouns, and now he's just back to his old fucking thing. Jesus Christ. Listen, I make that mistake a lot too, but it's because I have Fang and Lucy in my head, like from Goodbye the Kid High and Snook Game. It's really annoying that the same character exists twice in the universe. That looked really hurt, but I couldn't pin down by what. Was it the concert? Was me equating to the people that had ruined it? I went off on you during science class for not a screw-up. I don't know your mind, androgyny or anything, but you slipped up once and I was just looking. Look at how many times you're using the fucking look verb. God damn, fucking ease up on the gas. Looking for someone to chew into, and that was stupid. I told Fang how he'd been at the concert. Yeah, but I didn't. Yeah, he didn't join in with everyone, but still. We're not happily to announce you're friends with Nasser and Naomi. Not hard to see that you'd get on our scales, you know. Listen, I have no idea why you'd think that. Oh, please. You're saying they don't constantly annoy you? No, they've been nothing but nice to me since I got here. Well, just give them a chance. They'll figure out how to push your buttons. Fang nodded in agreement. What was this? Did they kill Trish's dog or something? Agree to disagree, I guess, but if you're actually sorry, could you not insult my friends in front of me? I don't think you'd be a fan if I made fun of Fang in front of you. A lot of F words we got here. I grumbled, crossing my arm. Trish's eyes squinted into a glare. You do that and you're gonna find yourself on the wrong end of a crowbar, she growled. This is what I'm talking about. The hell did I do to you, Trish? At my outburst, Trish caught herself and clicked her mouth closed. Everyone's clicking. Everyone needs a fucking oil. Just oil your jaws already. You don't like Nasser and Naomi for some reason. That's fine, I guess. Not like I can make you like them or anything, but they're still my friends. I said as my focus had turned back to Fang. Do you really think calling Nasser a fuck-ring retard is actually better than what those dicks did at the concert? Bro. The hell do you know? Chiefs, I gotta admit, this is a great way of, like I said, we're actually gonna diverge, and it's a good one. Because he doesn't become any friends whatsoever, because he's fucking terrible at this. Because Inko has standards, goddammit! Fang's teeth were bared slightly. They looked, oh no, they just looked upset. Are they upset? I mean, they're biting my arm off. They're probably, they look like a zombie, but they're not really, I know deep down. Maybe that was too far. And if I know what I'm doing here, I stood up from my seat. Honestly, I probably don't know anything at all. I just don't like my friends fighting. And clearly all I'm doing is causing problems for you three. So I'm sorry too. I'll leave you guys alone. Sorry for ruining your lunch. The pit had returned to my stomach. It felt like the wrong way to go, but I had no idea what to say. I just wanted to get out of here. Can I reach you by your locker, Reed, for my bag? Yeah, man. Locker 329. I'll meet you over there in a minute, right? He looked almost tired as I left. I don't think the sugar got quite as cleanly as he'd hoped. Hoped. Didn't for me either. I don't have any idea what to hope for in the first place. I nodded and walked over to the edge of the stage. And hopped down onto the floor and walked towards the entry doors. Stopped for a moment to turn back and look, and found that Fang had enclosed themselves in their wings, and Trish looked to be saying something to them. Reed was standing nearby awkwardly. Awesome! I brought down everyone's lunch. You're really good at this, Inko. Good job. Now hold on until you feel the click of your jaw. I sighed once again, and then walked through the doors. Yeah, man, it's a fucking conflict. And it's Inko's actual fucking character getting in the way. True to his word, Reed met me by his locker and returned my bag. Thankfully with immaculate condition, along with the contents. Thanks, Reed. Jesus Christ, this is too dramatic. Looking for something low down. Thanks, Reed. No worries, bro. Hey, you meant what you said, right? About what? I asked, throwing my bag onto my back just as the bell rang and he named lunch. About you and me being friends, dude, he said with a smile. If you still want me, then sure, I guess. It's honestly surprising given how hard I clearly messed up everything for Fang and Trish's lunch. Right on, man. Here, let's trade info. Reed punched in an incredibly long password onto his phone, then opened his phone's contacts. We gave him his number and he gave me his. We did a test message to confirm it worked and then split off to go our separate ways. Just before I reached my next class, I realized I actually had a friend from here in my phone's contact. Not even Nasser and Naomi had given me their info. I mean, I hadn't asked, but that felt kind of cool. It felt important. It's almost like the original writers of Snoot Game might not have grown up on phones as much as modern kids do. It's almost like they're a little old. I'm just saying. Then again, maybe the etiquette's different. It's probably possible the etiquette actually developed in such a way that, like, you don't exchange contacts until you would suck their dick, you know? Until we're at the dick-sucking stage of baseball, we're not doing it. I pulled out my phone. Well, thanks for wanting to be friends. Anytime, bro. I put a small smile on my face. At least something positive had come from that. The rest of the classes went by pretty quickly. The last period of the day concluded, and I stretched out as the bell rang. I let the initial flood of students go through the door before following them into the busy halls. I felt tired like Reed. The high point of getting Reed as a friend did little to combat the other draining emotional turmoil that I made of the rest of the day. And all I had to look forward to when I got home was an empty apartment and homework. Plus, I hadn't stopped feeling bad about how I honestly screwed up everything with Fang and Trish. Even Asa was insistent that Fang wasn't bad when I got to know them, but now it was looking like I would never know if that was true. I guess we'll see for real in science class, but things weren't looking good. Just wanted to go home and sleep. But as I stood in the hall watching a fight break out near the side exit, some student got into a row for some stupid thing, I decided to take a detour the long time around rather than deal with that. I love it when these fanfics have chapters that are like doing too much double duty and it just kind of ruins the emotional impact. It's like, no, life's fine. Anyway, I don't want to go home and sleep. Okay. I found myself in the school gardens. Okay, so I don't like this part very much. Again, like I said, I feel like a lot of fanfics suffer from this. Like, I get it. But on the other hand, you're kind of undermining the emotional core of your story if, like, oh no, my mom died! And then it's like, but this chapter is not 5,000 words yet. We're gonna have to write the chapter where we're sucking a man's dick in the patisserie. And I'm like, man, this is the best hot dog I've dang well had. And I'm like, man, maybe don't put that in the same chapter as your character experiencing the deep catastrophic grief of his mother dying. I'm just giving you just a couple of pointers here from your boy. For the first time since hold on, let's put on a different soundtrack. This is a bit too ominous for what we're going through. This is a bit much, isn't it? It's a bit much. Yeah, this is nice and swankadelic. For the first time since I messaged Reed, a smile was back on my face. They really were lovely. God, this song brings back memories. I don't know how many times the flowers and plants there were. How long they took to grow and plant. Didn't that girl, the head of the club, say they'd be here after school? Turned around to see if I could spot the girl from this morning, only to run almost face first into a pale-scaled stegosaurus. I should have said spell because I don't like the species names. They always come across as weird. We let out a yelp as she stumbled back. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't paying attention. I apologized, immediately waving a hand at her. She chuckled a bit. Let's not get too out of hand here. Before looking back at me contemplatively. You really get lost in your own head, don't you? Huh? I tried to get your attention, but you didn't respond at all. She took another step forward, looking at me, staring at me intently. Don't stare at people, Stella. Ah, I see. Your mind is clouded. You aren't sure what to do. You aren't... Why is that a question? It should just be you are unsure what to do, period, because she's telling them this. Whatever. Yeah, I guess. How did you know? Oh my god. Consider it cold reading. It's when I say a bunch of bullshit that's obvious. Actually, no, that's hot reading, because you do have some information to work off of. Would you like your fortune? Fortune? What? Listen, I'm already rich, bitch. Get out of here. I don't want no gold digger. Go dig someone else's gold. Yeehaw! The girl pulled a stack of cards out of her pockets and held them before me. The patterns looked somewhat familiar, but I couldn't place why. Well, they're not standard playing cards. Tarot cards are really long, comparatively. Compared to the flower pattern dress of the other girl, Rosa, the young stegosaur one in front of me was wearing a simple t-shirt and jean shorts. Her lime green hair was done up in unusual buns, one each out of her head. And why do we have a third line describing her? Just these two is enough. Like, as a tip, if you can't describe your character in 2 lines, fuck off. It's not important. We don't need this degree of detail. Come up with it later, or at least describe it in flowery senses. Like, fun adjectives like unusual top buns sells me on a bit of a character. Anyway, her blue eyes were nearly... Don't go too far. They are not shimmering. No, they are not. She is not special. Her blue eyes were not shimmering as she was letting me soak in the artifact in her hand. I feel like you're kind of like... I don't know, first read doesn't work. As the green girl opened her mouth to speak, she was preempted by a voice from the hills. Stop bothering people with your ducats! Rosa called as she hoisted a bag of soil on her shoulder. Rose, it's mysticism. It's a job of... Si. You can guide those that need your help, but for now, I need your help, amiga! Rosa chastised. Stella puffed her cheeks out and pocketed the cards again before turning towards me. I would really like it if, because this is not a fucking choose-your-own-adventure game, you know, we don't have choices. It'd be kind of funny if we never do the reading, but we do a reading later, and it's just so fucking stupid. Like, I would prefer it if you just kind of cheekily winked at it, you know, I'd look confidence. Where was I? But hey, we're having some characters, and we just had conflict. Why didn't we just end the chapter there? Come on! I had no idea what was going on. Rosa made her way over to us and laid down the bag of soil on the pathway before standing up and looking over to me. Oh. Hola, amigo. Have you come to join our club after all? Stella, a new member! Rosa exclaimed, a smile stretching across her face. Said smile was intense and loaded with expectation. Holy shit, it's an exciting description about something. Fuck! Inko has opinions for once? Holy! Unfortunately for me, Stella turned back to me with an incredible smile of her own. You can almost see the stars in her eyes. Really? That'd be great, we can always use a little help. Rosa said with just a little. She's not excited, she's not happy. She has stars in her eyes, but she's not fucking cheerful. Don't get any fucking ideas! She's not cheerful! The reason I'm being extreme about this is I hate this. And 2, that's what your writing sounds like. Your writing sounds like, Stella isn't cheerful. Don't think she's cheerful. Fuck off. Kill yourself. She's not cheerful. That's what it sounds like. Just a little, almost. She's almost like that. It looks like it. Commit. Have characters feel shit. That is what writing is about. Bingus. Have your reader feel something. God damn it. It's like you're telling your reader to fuck off. Oh, you're excited? You think she's excited? You think this excited smile of hers? This excited eyes? No, she's not cheerful. You're an idiot, reader. You're an idiot and a loser. Is that really okay? For someone to just join? Shouldn't I sign papers? Shouldn't I get my little Japanese stamp? That might look like a violation of protocol. But Rosa simply laughed, instead of the complex laughters that encrypt the Enigma machine codes. I can talk to the detective to make it official if you want, but I'm the head of the club, so if I say you're in, you're in. It's not Japan, man. No one gives a shit. So do you want to join? I looked at the two girls, their eyes sparkled with a strong hope. I looked away from them. Jesus Christ, I don't need to know where Inko's looking! Towards the gardens themselves. Why don't you, just say you took another look at the gardens? That works way better than saying I looked away from them. Taking another look at the gardens, I couldn't help but feel that they really were that pretty. Or something like that, come on! For some reason, I felt like gardening called to me, which is so weird. Because Inko is a photographer. Although, admittedly, there's always this implication that, Inko wasn't really a photographer. It was just kind of something he felt like he could connect to people. I always thought it was because he was never in schools for long. He was always the kid that had to take the picture so that everyone else could be in the shot, Oh, man. Being angry is terrible when your room's already this warm. Oof. Why not? At worst, we'll just find out I'm not fit for gardening. The girls why are they cheering? I thought they were a little cheerful. They cheered a little together, before immediately pulling me into a whirlwind of activity. They were quick to have me secure my backpack in the utility shed, which Rose was nice enough to lock to protect my camera. After I donned my gloves and spent the next half hour clumsily pulling weeds. I only needed a few minutes of instructions from Stella on what to do to understand it, but it took me another 10 to get into the groove. Once the work was done, Rosa came over, nodding in satisfaction. You learn fast, Inko. You'll be able to keep up with Stella and me in no time. Probably a long way away from that. Rosa handed me a bottle of water, which was eager to take. Even with the midwinter chill of a coastal city, being out of doing physical labor was quick to heat me up. I looked at the work done so far, and a question occurred as I wiped the sweat from my forehead. Do you really have that much work to do during the winter? I asked Rosa. Not really, no. It is cold enough that many of the normal problems like wheat are slow to grow. You just happened to catch us on the day we were doing it, so you could help out. What do you mean, so you could help out? That is such a weird way to phrase this. That implies that you premeditated this shit. Normally during January, we spend most of our club doing general maintenance and ensuring our supplies are ready for when it finally starts to warm up again. I nodded as I reflexively wiped my gloves on my pants before stopping and realizing what I was doing. Laundry when I got home for sure. This is clever, right? I don't know if this is intentional. What I was doing, you were doing the laundry when you got home. If that's intended, that's clever. But I feel you could communicate that better by just having this be an ellipses. Instead of having him go, ugh. I'd done a decent job until that moment of staying relatively clean, but so much for that. I thought to myself, bring a change of clothes next time. Still, I couldn't stay annoyed. It wasn't complicated work, but it occupied the mind easily enough, which is something I sorely needed today. Plus, whenever it snows or actually freezes, we sometimes have to rush to school to cover the more delicate plants and tarps and stuff. Stella interject. What is she interjecting? Bringing me back to the present moment. Oh, that'll probably suck. Hope that doesn't happen too often. No, it doesn't. Thank God. There should be a comma there. We had it only once just here, and it was at night. Dios mío, it was hard to work with flashlight. Hard to do with flashlights. Well, if I'm gonna be a member of the club, feel free to call me if anything like that happens. Once again, a warm glow of Rosa and Stella's smile stripped away my melancholy. I wasn't completely gone, but I did feel a weight lifted off my shoulders. If we're getting ready to wrap up here, why not commemorate the moment of me joining up? Rosa was sweeping some loose dirt from the pathway, while Stella was pushing the wheelbarrow. It's a wheelbarrow of tools towards the shed, and they stopped and looked at me, because everyone's fucking looking at something these days. What do you mean? What do you mean, Inko? 1 second. I jogged over to the shed and grabbed my bag, which I was going to need to go home anyways, and pulled my camera and held it up. Stella's eyes glimmered, and Rosa gasped that they realized what I was doing. In short order, I had my camera set up and had Rosa and Stella standing in front of the gardens. I did some final fiddly adjustments with the settings and focus before I was satisfied. Ready? No, why are you all the way over there, amigo? Come, you are cut of the club now. You should be in the picture too. Did you say come or did you say come? Because I don't want to be eaten. Rosa huffed away from me over. I smiled and shook my head. Couldn't argue. We're just gonna take pictures of them? What the fuck are you doing? This made way more sense in 1E for some reason. Here's just weird. I set the camera to die mode and jogged over to them. Set myself a little over to the side, but still in frame, but Rosa had different ideas. She grabbed me and pulled me to the center between her and Stella and threw her arms around me and my shoulders before smiling. I couldn't help but smile too. Once the picture been taken, and it turned out great, if I do say so, if I could say, why can't you? Why can't you say that? I showed the girls and they were ecstatic. Muy bien! That sounds so French. It is even better than the official photographer, as I said, patting me on the shoulder. It really is. You have a real talent for that, Inko. Stella chimed in, from my face heating into a bit of a blush. It was really nice getting such compliments from people. I felt like I had what it took to make it big at the photographer, but after my initial setback with the whole Mr. Hammond thing, I still felt a long ways off. Any compliment that was a huge boost to my confidence. Confidence I wish I had during lunch. Inko, what is wrong? Oh, just a lot of things didn't go as I'd hoped today, I said as I placed my camera back into the bag. Like, oh wait, what is this? I do love a good description, especially introductions. A lot of fanfics just rely on the OG, and I guess, but where's the fun? Like, switch up Stella, make her super goth, like that. Just say you wanna fucking smooch the shit out of goth. What do you mean? I don't want to bother you guys with stupid drama, I said, trying to wave it off. I really didn't. These girls in a good mood were in a bright spot. Didn't need to bring them down with me. Inko, friends help each other out. Come on, tell us what's bothering you. If you want, I could even give you a reading. It may even help you get some clarity on how to handle things. Rosa dismissed the idea of the reading with a shake of her head, but otherwise didn't protest. I say the woman doth... It's not the actual phrase. Hold on, I'm kind of... Rosa dismissed the ideas of reading with a shake of her head, but didn't otherwise protest. Rosa clearly didn't believe in what Stella did, but could keep whatever disapproval she had about it to herself. It's clearly important to... Jesus Christ, stop! Don't clearly twice! And it seemed like... My man... This is what I mean with that. She's cheering a little bit, right? Neat goth female option. This is what I mean, right? It's so dismissive! Like, no! She doesn't believe in it, and she's keeping it to herself. That's respecting it! What do you mean, it seemed? I guess you could do that. I don't think I've ever had a reading before. I don't know what to do. Given how most of today went. Okay, listen, I'm just gonna skim over this, because I don't give a shit about the readings. I feel like it's out of place, so we're just gonna go through it lickety-dang split. So where are we going? Also, this guy does a lot of shit reflexively. Like, Inko does not seem in charge of his body. His body is out of his control. Monkey Anon exists in his brain, forcing him to go through Snook Game. Partially from the cold, as my body was cooling down now the labor was over. I like this. I like that Stella has to get in the fucking... I gotta get the sales pitch on. That's such a cute little detail to bring up. I could tell that this was the mysticism she spoke of. She suddenly feel different. I nodded again, reached out, grabbed the first card, lay it out before you. It's the Fool. It means you're a bit naive. You're just walking into shit. Because he walks off the side of a cliff, wistfully. Inverted star. Also, I love that she calls out what the card looks like. Because the whole point of tarot is to read the fucking cards and use your intuition. Also, I love this. I love that she's even like, listen, tarot isn't fucking divination. It's just giving you some fucking pro tips. Forcing you to think about shit. That's all it does. It means you feel a sense of despair, negativity, feeling of loss and despair. Listen, hold on. I need to put my little pause on the table, right? I want to talk about this. I went to Tumblr and like I saw someone post and they were like, the tarot is like this ancient Wiccan, and I'm like, bitch! The tarot is not meant to be magical. It's a fucking card game that got turned in. What are you talking about? You know, people who don't trust... People who say the tarot isn't magical are just anti-witch. And I'm like, you are a fucking moron. I don't think the tarot even exists in paganism. In, like, you know, the Wiccans. Oh. Oh, man, I'm losing my mind. Fucking American Tumblrites need to get their heads out of their asses when they talk about European shit. Because they just don't know. Pretty sure it's French, too. So bring. I don't even know, man. It just it felt so wrong for all the weirdest places. Paws on the table, beans are on display. Ugh. Inverted star. I do like this one. It's like, hey, listen, buddy, you feel bad. This is literally this chapter. You're just summarizing the fucking chapter. You feel sad and now things are bad. Couldn't help but frown. I hate this sentence. I see it so much. I couldn't help but frown. I just couldn't help it. I'm such a loser. Reflexively, I couldn't help but frown. Thinking back to how today. Well, yeah, this is why you want to cut it up into chapters, because like this is this fucking chapter, man. Oh, there's dumb luck of the misses. No, the point of tarot is you can always connect it to yourself because there's always some truth to it, you bingus. But then, yeah, it is about like, hey, it seems, and this is the proper fucking use of seem to appear, to illusionary. And then the upright hangman sounds bad. Represents a position of sacrifice that must happen to progress forward. The sacrifice is one of suspension or indecision. So basically, Inko, stop being a weenie. That's all these cards are telling you. Stop being a Weenosaurus Rex and things will be fine. What if I was just rushing? They need to calm down, let things develop. You know, like a photo, you gotta develop your photos. Really gonna make friends to push. You've made like 2 friends. I guess 5 by this point if you really want to count it. But like you know. Also, your photography, you have not pushed your photography forwards all that much. Oh, well, that seems to be the case. That was obviously okay. They're gonna be easy. Stella's reading was right. Need to give it time after all. Blah, blah, blah. Exchange info. And then he talks to Reed. It's cute. So yeah, what a horrible chapter. But we're going unique places. We're going some wacky places. Oh shit, Tinker 315 is something to say. What Ink what sets Inko apart from different what sets Inko to be what sets Inko apart from Anon, you mean? Is that he's not afraid to bring up what he doesn't like up front. He also doesn't have his underlying racism. Like Anon's racism always felt more like he was trying to be edgy more than he was actually racist. Because for all the slurs he used, he never felt like he actually had any big opinions on dinos. You know, he never looks at Fang and goes, "She's only good for the kitchen." You know. Additionally, Inko doesn't have any real dislike of Naomi and Nasser. Heck, he even defended them. However, Inko seems to be less perceptive and tactful, which is weird. It'll be interesting to see the character development for Inko. With no Yannicon as mentor figures, or the Pain as his found family. Yeah, that's kind of the problem. Like, a lot of Inko's character development is tied into a bunch of secondary characters that have no comparable equivalencies here, unless you stretch out certain characters and their roles, which would be weird. Because I don't think the fucking mom and dad in the Aaron family are going to take him in, and I don't think Spears has the time for someone like Inko. And almost gaslight into being racist like the loser is. Yeah, he doesn't know what racism is. He just calls people slurs and thinks that's good enough. Like, he probably has opinions, but he doesn't know how to use them. Like, the racism didn't stick. It's a post-racism society because Anna doesn't know what the fuck to do with it. He doesn't walk up to a guy and go, "You're just a primitive monkey, and I'm gonna disregard everything you say. Go fucking grab me a sandwich." You know, he's not like that. He doesn't quite understand it. And that's funny. That's why I think he's funny about it. That's what makes Enko such a fucking loser. Have you decided which ending it's gonna be fucking ending for? Because why settle on less? Anyway, boop 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 boop. It includes tags for Inko Fang. Don't have his attention or because the tags don't exist yet. So that's it. We'll do chapter 4 tomorrow. Probably not. I might wait until Sunday if the weather doesn't fucking pick up. Because, my god, I have not read chapter 4 ahead of time. I haven't read a lot lately. I've been annoyed and kind of want to beat some people up that I know. Because they're being teenagers at like twice the age of a teenager. So, otherwise, I'm just going to put my little pappy paws on the table and say it loud and clear. This chapter was annoying and frustrating, and I hated it. But it also is going some interesting novel directions. And I hope it's willing to commit to the bid. Because if it doesn't, I'll be mad as hell. No chapter titles here to clue me in on what's going to happen, but chapter 4 next time, whenever that is. Whatever that is. I put my paws down on the pappy tape table. Pap, 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 pap. Whew. Should have gotten the fan out. I should have gotten the fan out. Or get like a passive cooling system set up. Showed him the paw beans of fury. Possible. That'd be great. Paws of fury. Thank you all for coming, though. Regardless of that, not a lot of viewers, but for some reason, no one's. I don't know where everyone went. Where's my usual audience? Who knows? Although, if the senator's here, ha ha ha, I'm so glad he isn't here. Ha ha ha, ho 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 ho. My head hurts. Like, it legitimately does. I'm not going to give you a heads up on when I'm going to record anything. So, I'll stream when I stream, and if you're there, you're there. And otherwise, just watch the VOD, man. Watch the VOD, man. Thank you for coming, Arthur's Imouto's kitten boy wife. You really had a little spark, and you really had the top tier comment of the day, aka she called me Baldy and I cried. God damn, what a powerful line. Yeah, man, I kind of miss Scary Dave and his link dumps. What a sad world we live in that Scary Dave fucking died. I guess that's just how it goes sometimes. Listen, all I'm saying is that if a boo were to give me a big fat wet French kiss, right, I'm on board with it. I'm not saying no. I'm not asking questions. I'll probably die from hit point damage. If I take damage, right, from the tongue, will I flash from the vulnerability and the tongue goes through me and I lost it? That'd be terrible. Terrible. I can't even. My boo. I can't even French kiss my boo. You're too late, buddy. We're done. We'll do chapter 4 later, maybe tomorrow, maybe Sunday, maybe Monday. I don't know. We'll do it when the weather stops being this fucking annoying. Oh, God, I'm melting here. I'm melting and I'm mad. I'm so mad. You have no idea how piss and vinegar I am right now. Oh. I love how the. So, I'm on the weather thing, right? And it's like, oh, it's not that warm. No, it's stuck. It's fucking 80 outside. It's 80, 90 outside, buddy. Fuck me. How the fuck is it 80, 90 this late? It's not even July or August. Oof. Maybe I should move to one of those coastal places. I'm looking pretty chilly over there. Anyway, thank you for coming, Seeker's Light. Or was that bad? It was. It had some interesting twists and turns. It had that problem where like a little bit of the chapter should have been its own chapter. But my big problem is like some of the word choice was hot shit, and it didn't commit to the bit, and it was so weakly written. It was so non-committal. But my actual biggest problem is just it also got read wrong, but it's going an interesting place. You know what I say? You know what I always say? If you're trying something new and exciting and novel, at least we got that. I gotta go talk to some people and yell at them instead. But for now, thank you for coming. I'm melting. I can't think. I can't talk. I'm just dying here. I'm dying.